Hi there, guys. So in this video, I want to talk about how can we take an equation and sort of convert it, manipulate it, solve it for just y so that it's in slope-intercept form. So a standard form equation has a coefficient with its x variable, a coefficient with its y variable, and it equals some sort of constant. Okay. Remember that our slope-intercept form has y equaling some sort of coefficient with x variable and a constant. Okay. So we are going to take this equation and we're going to put it into slope-intercept form. I would leave the y where he is. Wherever he is, leave him be. So he has this term, 2x, with him. And it's being added to the y. So we are going to, because it's positive, we're going to subtract this entire term and move him to the other side. If it's an entire term, you move him with addition or subtraction. All right, so that cancels out the 2x. We are left with y equals 3 subtract 2x. Now the y is by itself. If we want it in best form, we would put our coefficient with our x variable first because that is our slope with our x term. So we'd have a negative 2x and a positive 3. Okay, so there it is in slope-intercept form. Now in this next one, though, there's one additional step. So we have the y term here. We're going to leave it alone. It has a 4x term with it. And because it's positive, again, we're going to subtract this entire term from the other side. So now we actually have 5y. So now we're going to, this is invisible multiplication. We're going to divide by 5. And when we divide by 5 on this side, it needs to be this entire side of the equation. So on this side, we're just down to y. Here we have negative 30 divided by 5 will give us negative 6. Here we have negative 4 divided by 5. Well, this we can leave as a fraction. 4 divided by 5. It's negative, so I'm going to keep that subtraction and keep my variable x. Okay, so I really have solved it. If I want it in its best proper form, I'm going to flip-flop those two around to be negative 4/5 x subtract 6 because he's negative. All right, so let's try another. Okay, in this one we have a unique scenario. First of all, we have to remember that the coefficients that are invisibly here are 1. So I need to keep y where it is. All right. So because of these being 1, we're going to leave the y where he is. We're going to move this term. He's positive, so we're going to subtract 1x. Now, realize that this is a negative 1. We are not finished. It needs to be a positive y on this side. So we will divide by negative 1 on both sides. That gives us positive 1. Negative 8 divided by negative 1, positive 8. Negative 1 divided by negative 1, positive 1. So the best way to then write this would be to move those two terms around and have x. I don't have to write the 1 plus 8. Okay. Now, go ahead and try the others on this page. There is an answer key, so you can check it later. But this skill is really important, and it affects